Welcome back, friends. Our book summary channel Booksica.
This book explains the importance of building a pipeline that keeps giving us passive income. Passive income means we work once, but we always kept earning money from it. This is the reason why the pipeline always keeps pumping money. Every day, every year, whether you work or not. The author says that becoming a millionaire is not a matter of chance. Rather, it is our choice. Our pipeline is our lifeline. If we have only one pipeline, so that means we have only one lifeline. The more pipeline there is, the better it will be for us. Pipeline gives us personal and financial freedom. Along with this, it can also provide long life protection. So how to build pipelines in a bucket-carrying world, which makes us financially free for lifetime. The Parable of the Pipeline by Burke Hedges. The author tells the story of a village where two cousins live, Pablo and Bruno. He was very hardworking and was just looking for one chance in life. One day he got that opportunity also. The villagers gave him the task of carrying water in buckets from the nearby river to the village. For Bruno it was like a dream. But Pablo was not so happy. Instead of lifting buckets full of water every day for a few pennies, Pablo wanted to build a pipeline so that the river water would directly reach the village. Bruno and the villagers made fun of Pablo. But Pablo still did not weaken. When Bruno rested in the evening, at that time Pablo was always busy with his plumbing work. He always reminds himself that to fulfill tomorrow's dreams, sacrifices will have to be made today. Short-term sorrow can give long-term happiness. He always kept his eyes on the prize. And he worked very hard. After a short time things changed. After a lot of time and effort the pipeline was ready. Pablo no longer needed to carry buckets. Water came to the village whether he worked or not. Pablo now goes from pipeline man to miracle maker. Pablo taught his cousin Bruno and many others to build plumbing. He also tried to teach many other young people to build pipelines. He understood that very few people in the world carry a bucket, have the courage to build a pipeline. The author says that this is the problem with the job of carrying a bucket. That when lifting buckets stops, money also stops coming. Which means there is no such thing as secure job or dream job. This is the most dangerous thing about carrying a bucket. That income is temporary and not ongoing. We need to ask ourselves some questions. Like, if our income stops coming from tomorrow, what will we do? What if we lose our job? If we go sick or become disabled? Or what if you are no longer fit to work? If due to any medical emergency? What will happen if all our savings are exhausted? If the income stops from tomorrow? How long will we be able to meet our household expenses? 6 months, 3 months, or 3 weeks? If ever there is a disaster situation, do we have any lifeline? Who can save us or our family? Or are we playing a kind of gamble in thinking that? Will a bucket carrier keep earning money throughout his life? If the answer is no, there's a better way, which is called pipeline, which always keeps coming, whether the work is done or not. The pipeline continues to operate 24 hours a day, 365 days. Which means the pipeline gets paid while you sleep, when you play, when you retire, or when you are not able to work, or any kind of emergency in life. For this reason, pipelines have been called lifelines. Many people consider bucket carrying to be pipeline building. We have seen that 99% people carry a bucket. Therefore, we assume that carrying a bucket is one such way through which we can get what we want in life. 99% of the people are living paycheck to paycheck every month. Our generation till now has worked on the bucket carrying model. And we think we can do that too. It works like this: go to school and learn how to lift buckets. Work very hard and understand your right to carry the bucket. Move from one company to another so that you can get a chance to lift bigger buckets. Just keep dreaming of getting out of the bucket-carrying world. Until then, keep carrying buckets every day. The big bucket is a hoax, people who carry buckets. They believe that it means lifting big buckets. More money, that's why bucket carriers keep consoling themselves that if they get such a job, in which if you get a chance to lift big buckets, everything will be fine. Bucket carriers are always worried about this. That's how much other bucket carriers are earning. People believe that those who are in their own profession, they earn more money, and everyone wants to earn money like them. For example, a doctor earns 10 times more. As a cook, professionals definitely make more money than average people. But they also spend more. The truth is that doctors or lawyers earn six-figure income per year. He spends more than half of it in maintaining his lavish lifestyle. People are jealous of doctors, lawyers, or accountants because they get to lift the big bucket. But in the end, all these also depend on the salary for life. This is an observation that carrying a bucket does not create wealth. Those people who drive expensive cars, live in new houses, are not really rich. If you earn good money every year and spend it all, so you're not getting rich. You are just living a high lifestyle. Wealth comes from hard work, planning, and self-discipline. No matter how big the bucket is, it runs dry sooner or later. Pipelines, on the other hand, keep growing automatically. But we have to take time and work hard to build pipelines. Your pipelines are your lifeline. The author tells the story of Darryl Strawberry, a great basketball player. Margaret's an elementary school teacher in a small town. Darryl gets millions a year and Margaret gets $10,000 a year. Darryl had a celebrity life and Margaret had a small-town life. Darryl earned $2 to $5 million in his career, and in his 40th year he had assets worth $50 to $100 million. But Darryl still had no money left to support his wife or children. He was suspended from basketball, which meant no income was coming. But the bills were coming every day. Margaret, on the other hand, taught school until the age of 50, when she retired at the age of 70. So she was earning $8,500. But when she died at the age of 100, for that, an amount of $2 million was donated to 10 different charities. He created a long-term investment pipeline, in which he made monthly investments in good stocks every month, and allowed it to double with time. Margaret is a perfect example of long-term pipeline construction. This is the mantra of financial freedom. Adopt the mindset of pipeline building and then work on its action plan. Strawberry had 20 years to build the pipeline. If he had invested even 10% of his earnings in building the pipeline, so he would have had a lifeline of at least 20 to 100 million rupees. Strawberry was thinking that her bucket would never run out. But this is a wrong thinking. The bucket does not refill itself, no matter how big it is. That's why bucket carriers always have to keep working to fill the bucket. Margaret, on the other hand, chose to keep filling buckets and build pipelines. And when his days of filling buckets were over, then his pipeline kept giving him income. Money leverage, how average people become millionaires. Most millionaires did not inherit money from their families. Statistically, 4 out of 5 millionaires have made their fortunes. Those people who became millionaires themselves, they had leveraged their money to build pipelines. They keep a large portion of their money in an investment jar so that it grows over time. Millionaires invest 15% to 20% of their income in savings, investing in asset building, such as stocks, bonds, rental properties, commercial real estates, pension funds, etc. 3. Doubling concept. A very old king of China fell in love with the game of chess, and he thought of giving a reward to the creator of the chess game. The king called him to the palace and made an announcement that one of his wishes will be fulfilled. The inventor asked for just 1 grain of rice. He told him a grain of rice for the first chess square, 2 grains for the second, and doubling like this. Pieces should be given as per the complete chess order. At first, the king thought this was a very simple wish. The inventor started placing grains of rice on the chessboard. By the time he reached the second line, the king realized his mistake. By the end of the second row, there were a total of 32,768 grains. And 48 classes were still left. If each square of 64 squares is doubled, it will become 18 million trillion grains of rice. This story teaches us about doubling concept, which is also called power of compounding. Famous mathematician Albert Einstein called it the 8th wonder of the world. This is the miracle of compounding, whether Kennedy, DuPont, Ford, Rockefeller, or Getty. Like people live a luxury life all their life. And yet their wealth does not end. Their bucket never ends because their pipeline is always giving them income. Law of 4.72, Law of the Rich. How else do rich people get rich? For this we want the 72 rule solution, which is an amazing wealth-building concept. The world's top investment brokers teach their clients about this rule. Rule 72 is a simple way to determine how long it will take for an investment to double. 1. Check the annual interest rate of your investment. 2. Divide the annual interest rate by 72. 3. The result is the number of years taken for your investment to double. Whatever number comes, that will be the number of years it will take for your investment to double. In today's time, even an average person can join Millionaire Club. These options are open to anyone with a discipline. Invest a part of your income regularly and want to compound your income. But not everyone has the patience to build this retirement pipeline in 40 to 50 years. But the good thing is that as of today, in 5 years, the option to build a pipeline has also come. And for this, it is not necessary to have a lot of money. Because instead of leveraging your money, you can leverage your time. Time leverage. There are 2 ways to reach the top of the oak tree. First, either you keep sitting on the tree, and as the tree grows, you will also move up, or the other way is to climb and reach the top of the tree. When people leverage their money, it takes years for them to do so. Because it is like sitting on a tree and growing with the tree. This pipeline plan is for 50 years, but it is a 5-year pipeline plan. Climbing a tree is like reaching the top. In this also you get the financial freedom and security which is available in a 50-year plan, and it takes only 10% of the time. The most beautiful thing about time leverage is this: that we all have the same amount of time, which means rich or average people have equal opportunities to earn income. Everyone has equal time. Be it rich or poor, male or female, black or white, educated or not, young or old. But not everyone has the same situation in terms of money. Some are born with a gold spoon, some with a silver spoon, and some with nothing. We all have 1,440 minutes in our time account every day. We all have the same amount of time. But those people who work for a paycheck every month. And the only difference between those who are financially free is that how they use their daily 1,440 minutes is very important. Some people say that we are going through bad times, or the conditions are still not right to build the pipeline. But the truth is that everyone is having a bad time. We are all stressed, we are all busy. We all keep dealing with some emergency or the other. Bad time has only one name, it is called life. Some people waste their whole life to do X, Y, Z. Waited for the right time, but there is no such thing as the right time. If we think carefully, we can achieve a lot. If we use a few hours of every evening or a few hours of the week to do something purposeful or build a pipeline. If we take out 2 hours every day of the week or 3 hours a week for ourselves. So in a week we will have 16 extra hours, which we can use for our productive work. At 16 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, we would have 800 extra hours. Successful people in every line value their time. and keep looking for opportunities to leverage their time. Some people say that if times are going good, if there is no need for anything else, then what is the need to build a pipeline? But the author says that this is the best time to build the pipeline. When times are going good, because when you will not be able to work for any reason, be it due to some illness or any other reason, then the checks will stop coming. And this is the biggest insecurity of life for bucket carriers. What goes up definitely comes down. When people start going down, they collide with the harsh reality of the world. Like getting fired from job, changing carrier, credit card bills, medical emergency, taking responsibility of parents in their old age. Smart people understand that it is beneficial to build a pipeline for yourself only in good times. Smart people prepare for recession before it happens, not during recession. Therefore, today is the best time to build the pipeline. Not when the economic situation becomes worse. Always remember that we all do not have the same money to increase money, but we all have the same time. Nowadays, building pipelines is not just for rich people. Everyone, by giving a little of their time or a lot of dedication, can leverage your time and build a pipeline, which will start giving ongoing income in 2 to 5 years. 5. E-compounding, the ultimate pipeline. Nowadays, the world's greatest leveraging tool is at our fingertips. This tool has given many millionaires to the world in a very short time. This is called e-pipeline or internet. The internet is the most powerful and productive pipeline of today's new economy. The internet is the future, and the future is today. The advantage of internet is that it provides continuous income. Pipeline can be created, which will be built in 2 to 5 years, not in 50 years. It is so powerful because millions of people around the world are connected to each other through computer and cell phone. People can stay in instant connection with each other 24 hours a day, 365 days. There is only one secret to building a loyal customer base in the internet age, and that is relationship. The internet needs the human touch. The truth is that recommendations have been the most effective method of advertising to date. We recommend our products and services every day, all the time, but for free. We have come to the conclusion of the book summary. It is amazing that it is very easy to become a millionaire if the pipeline building work is started on time. The 5-year pipeline plan can fulfill all our dreams now. And for this, we do not need to wait for 50 to 60 years of age. With this plan, financial freedom can be achieved in 5 years instead of 50 years. This is the ultimate pipeline because this is our business. We do it ourselves and we are our own bosses. We can work from home and it is safe. There is freedom in it and we become free. It is web-based, which provides opportunity for passive income. At the end, the author gives his dad's best advice. That live today and also plan for tomorrow. You may find this video long. We do not compromise on the content and quality of the book. If you liked this book summary, then like the video and subscribe to the channel so that you can listen to more amazing book summaries. Let's meet again with amazing book summary.